Today, we'll be looking at this 5-bedroom apartment in Kilimani. The apartment measures 302 square meters, and that's the net space, meaning that's the usable space. So first, let's start with this living room area. Very spacious. You can actually fit about 15 people here comfortably. On this end, we have this minibar, and we are able to have this minibar because as the owner of this unit, you have the option to extend your living room to it into the balcony space, or if you don't want that, you can actually have this whole area as your balcony space. So it actually depends on what you want as the owner. And as I said, this living room space is quite big and generous. And across the living room, we have a dining area. You can actually fit about, I'd say 8 to 10, but probably 8 would be more comfortable, which is overlooking this area where you have bar stools looking into your kitchen. So this is ideally a closed kitchen, but the developer has opened up this space to give that open kitchen vibe. So let's have a look at the kitchen. And again, it goes without saying, space with an island. We have one deep single sink. You have your burner over here, which is provided for by the developer. Ample space to keep your cutlery, as well as a pantry for your food stuff and extra things that you would want to put in the kitchen. And across the kitchen, we have this massive laundry area, which also has a sink, more storage where you can keep your buckets, provision for washer and dryer. And as we move forward, we get into the servants' quarters, which is en suite and has wardrobe space. But the coolest feature about this DSQ is that it has a door leading to the outside. So the person that is staying here can actually access this room without going through the main house. Now that we've seen this section, let us now go down the hallway, a very beautiful hallway, and access the bedrooms. But before we do so, I'd just like to point out this finish by the developer. So the edges are smooth, which I think is something quite cool. And the first room that we will have a look at is the cloakroom. Again, very spacious. The sink is inside the cloakroom. So as I said earlier, this is a 5-bedroom apartment, meaning you have the luxury of actually turning one of the rooms into an office, and that is what the developer has done in this show house. So this is an example of what you could have as your office, and all the bedrooms, might I add, are en suite. So this office is en suite. So while you're working, you can access the toilet and the bathroom right in here. Next, let's have a look at the second bedroom. Again, space is the word of the day. So you have 2 beds, which you can comfortably fit here for your kids. And I like what the developer has done with the finishing. So just to give you an idea of what you could have. And as I said earlier, all bedrooms are en suite. So also this one has its own bathroom. Again, down the hallway, a very long hallway, a very beautiful one. Let's access the third bedroom. So this one is a bit smaller than the one we've just seen, but still very, very spacious, with, again, spacious wardrobes to fit your clothes, your shoes, and the likes. So in this one, we can just have a quick look at the bathroom. I like what the developer has done with the tiles from the bottom to the top. I feel like this helps with the walls not getting moisture after you shower, and also this feature where you can put your soap, so you don't have to buy aftermarket soap holders. And before we have a look at the last bedroom, which is the master bedroom, let's have a look at this 4th bedroom. More or less the same size as the one we've just seen. Big windows to let in a lot of natural light, which is quite cool, saving on electricity costs and of course energy. And last but not least, we have this amazing master bedroom. When you enter, you get this vibe of a walk-in closet, and at the middle is what I'd call an island for your jewelry. So you have this section where you can actually store your watches, your rings, your earrings, and yeah, I find this feature really cool. So you can choose to have this space open, or you can choose to have something similar. And when you leave, we'll have a look at the bathroom later, but before we do so, we come into the bedroom. Comfortably fit your 6x6 here, and on this end we have the balcony where you can be sipping your chai latte as you enjoy the fruits of your labor. We'll be talking about the price shortly. And you still have this section where you can store your luxury handbags. You can see Louis Vuitton handbag, and yeah, it's real. For this wall, you can use it for your makeup and stuff, so quite cool. And finally, the bathroom. You can fit your bathtub as well as your shower cubicle. You have your sink, so we don't have your his and hers, but this is still okay. So how much do these 5-bedroom apartments go for? So the price starts at 34.5 million, and this is dependent on what floor the unit is on. So from the 1st to the 8th floor, the price starts at 34.5 and goes up as you go higher. So some of the amenities, I'd want to read some of the amenities for you, and the one that caught my eye was that Art Cafe will actually be in this complex. So you can have your coffee as you head to work. They'll be having a jogging track, a swimming pool, of course, a Montessori kindergarten, a gym, which includes a sauna, 2 clubhouses, 2 play areas, that is indoor and outdoor, a 7-a-side football pitch, a mini-mart, and a reception to welcome your guests. So if you'd like to get more information or inquire about these apartments in Kilimani, reach out to us at BuyRentKenya and we will be able to assist you.